Hello, folks. Welcome back to VoD Review. It's a little bit brighter and a little bit weird in my room. You can see TV on the ground. I'm not losing it. I have, in fact, just moved. That's why these VoD reviews have been late. So thanks for hanging with me. But we're getting after them, getting you guys the content, and making sure that I go through the tape, not just once, but twice with you guys. So should be a good time. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I stream these live on twitch.tv/CubbyXX. And you can follow me everywhere at CubbyXX for more updates. And yeah, we'll get into it. Nothing else. I feel like I missed something, but I didn't. So anyway, C9 FlyQuest. 3-game series, bit of a surprise. Also, we are covering the tiebreaker games as well in the VoD review. So this is our day today. Of course, the VoD will only be this on YouTube, but anyway. Here we go. Game 1. Oh, damn it. Boo, 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 boo. Hi. All right, we didn't grab that. All right. First pick, Cassante for Whippo. Ambessa's off the board. Jace is up. Okay, so we're playing Cassante Jace. Means Ambessa next game really does go up in value. Also, Yone ban against Loki. I think very warranted. His Aurora has also been good, so I actually kind of like these bans from Fly. We get Vi Jace. Corki Zyra. Corki, of course, flexible. And then a Azir. A little bit nervous in this draft for C9. I think that the FlyQuest defense, like Vi is a pretty one-directional champion, right? Leona is a one-directional champion. And the defense that FlyQuest has against one-directional champions is really good, actually. So I think it gets a little bit tricky because, like, the carries for C9 and then Jace penning build, right? Because we're seeing, like, these hybrid Jace builds. They kind of want to play with range. But it's paired up with two champs that just want to go in. It's going to be nice trigger pull if they can connect with the poke. But in their formations, they're going to have to get to places early. I haven't talked about this yet, but I actually have a theory working right now. I said that I think that objective fights and the fact that, like, it's perma fighting is something that I feel like is kind of beating a dead horse this season. Like, my theory is that there's really only one more fight with Otacon. I just think that teams are, like in theory, like, that's it, right? And it doesn't even change that much because it's just a different location, so it feels different. You can fight Baron around that timer, right? Like, the one part of the game where there's going to be more fights is, like, really 20 to 25, just because that you have the potential for 3 objectives to be up, right? This is really the only part of the game where there's going to be more fights. The thing that I think gets tricky here is that it actually gets a little bit harder for me, and this is kind of, working theory. I don't think it's as easy to set up poke in this season. I think that it's actually better to just have go buttons and to get fights, like, get the shotgun fights off early. Like, if you are going to poke, then you have to leave the map state, neutral, or find a way to make it neutral in order to, like, have that play pattern for a little bit. And I haven't seen poke be as strong this season. I'm still working out as to why. I think that the fact that you get another fight, like, this is the one time of the game where I feel like there are more fights. I actually think that has an impact on this. Or the fact that, like, teams have just gotten better at getting grubs, getting drakes off rotations, and not having the poke patterns. I feel like poke has just been weaker. Maybe it's the fact that play is sloppier in Split 1, which I actually, that's 100% a thing. Split 1 play's not going to be as good. And I think these comps are harder to execute. This is a working theory. I'm not going to say this is, like, fact of the game. It's just something, like, with the tape that I've watched. And, like, I've mostly watched LTA North and then LPL, LCK. But I definitely have seen poke struggle. I feel like it's been worse. I think the keys for C9 FlyQuest here, the poke C9's good, and their engage and carries can outrange the engaging carries of FlyQuest, but they have to be disciplined in how they play that, because if they muck up, the DPS from FlyQuest is way, 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 way better. I don't like that skin. That skin looks gross. Wait. What is this? That's gross. I don't like it. We do have a swap. Blippo was able to get some XP. Oh, yeah, you get it all. It's really good. Thanatos was able to get some. Quad gets the scouting award. Spire gets clear faster. Okay. We'll consider to cover the dive with 2. Thanatos a little bit behind, but it doesn't get dove, so it's chill. Now we have Ezreal getting solo XP. I like that. Like, in a box for Ezreal, I do think that it's a concern if the Jace does fall behind in this matchup. Cassante can really push him around. Like, if you get early Iceborne, then you get to bully. Alright, good Uke. That's really big, actually, because Blippo just gets to stay now and get everything. I don't think he can die. With D-Shield second win. Yeah. Blabber is up here. Good W. Yeah, I think he actually put that one pretty well. Flyco's going to opt to swap back. See, Sven's going to be up about half a level. It's matched by Blippo, though. You can actually freeze that, too. Oh, and then... While inspired... So he insta-based, skips over his wolves, and then is able to get up here before Sven gets it in. That's actually... Ooh. Try to guess juke. Sven did not juke. Busio walked over vision. Odds of there being vision there are high. But he's going to get quad. I guess quad just TP'd. I mean, at least the just TP, like, that damage does stick to Loki. Yeah, okay, I actually don't mind this. It's actually good use of time from Busio. Because, like, top, he doesn't need to be top. Top's dead, right? Because of the tempo delay. Like, that lane's just going to get in, and he's, like, he kind of allows Masu to catch back up to Sven with that. He's going to be behind, but that helps. And then the damage sticks on mid. So I like that. It's small, but I like that. Yeah, I mean, FlyQuest definitely fought too much in this series, too. But I'll talk about that in Game 2. I do feel strongly about Game 2. Grub's on time. Bot lane's top. Oops. I mean, Busio does have an oopsie, but since Inspired's here, it's like actually fine. Yeah. And Quad having Prio and then getting the check on the Blabber, like, secures this play, which I like. I can't see sums here. Looks like Busio went for a flash play. Yeah, he did. And Sven reacted. That's PTS. Good Q there from Sven. Yeah, good reaction. Lucio short of the W, which he doesn't want to get in the tower range. Again, like, it doesn't look great. You still have numbers on this side. And it still turns into a winning play because Inspired comes. So, it's kind of a good death. Like, I mean, in the end, it's a 1 for 2, right? Why are we rotating here? It's actually a big deal that Monster got delayed because I think they wanted to flip the lanes again and just be ahead in the play. Just to get, like, gut feeling. So, good delay from C9. I guess we can still blast plan out of the ground. Today, Warren. Yeah, I mean, if Quad connects with that, that's, like, actually GG. Sorry, I'm trying to get a feel of this play as a whole. I mean, Inspired and Quad just get hella value here. And it's a trade-off for Fly. No flashes burned from C9 in the 1 for 1. Just like, you know, that's the cope angle. But I think that fight is okay for FlyQuest. Just given that Inspired is sitting on Leandri's. And like in theory, I think they had Prio everywhere. At least on this side. So I think that's like the right time for a play from FlyQuest, actually. And if the Blast Plant doesn't get them out, then they fist. I didn't know that you could did not know that you could actually Blast Plant out of ground. Today I learned. I feel like that's a little counterintuitive. Oop. I think Blippo could have gotten this, actually. Yeah, he didn't get his auto off here. So, like, if we get that auto off, keep in mind that would have been passive empowered. I mean, it's a maybe. And then, did he get out of his ult here? He should get out of his ult. Yeah, so I think we missed an auto, and then if he gets out of his ult before the CC hits, he's actually kind of a beast. But was not the case. I'm okay with him taking this, though. I actually think that this is and his team's not on the map, but, like, you win this trade. And, again, if he gets out of here, it's really chill, actually. Like, that's Dragon. So I like the fact that Blippo went for this play, just pushed a little bit too far up. I think it's a good play, though. I do. Triforce Vi. Interesting. Hungry. Yeah, you can see, too, like, even after the death, Blippo, the gold he's sitting on, compared to Jace, really favorable for him. being like getting that Iceborne now before the other item. I know he's not into Thanatos, but you that's like if you get Iceborne accelerated, it's really good. Yeah, here we go. Well played. So he got his flash in this sequence. Yep. Good revisit. And they drop top for this, which is worth. They're gonna get more. Because again, they have 6 grubs, so like this is the overload, right? And I've talked about this a lot, like that I haven't seen teams overload with grubs well enough. This is good from FlyQuest. Like you're trading up in this scenario. And they got feats too. Like first brick doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, but it doesn't. You know. All right, good. He's dead. Nice. Good on Boosie to hold. Is this one worth it? I actually think if Inspired follows there, I guess he's gonna farm. I mean, I think ideally, like on this wave, if we're thinking about making this play, Masu should walk mid and then quad walks down. So I think we could have been a little bit more efficient about this as FlyQuest, but I actually think it's kind of reasonable to say, given where the word placement is bought and like where we are right here. If we want to make this play, like we do have mid prio because we have 3. We can shift down. We can send Masu mid. You would be opting, I guess, with Whippo TP, because Loki doesn't have TP, like he just TP'd up here, which makes the play really free. Like worst comes to worst, it's 4v4, and Masu's closer to the play to make it 5v4, so. Nice. Good pocket here from Busio. I like what Busio does. Like, he cuts off Loki. Yeah, like, and he hides. Really positive. Good sidestep by Inspired. I mean, I actually don't think Inspired should flash. I'm trying to think like Inspire can like flashing it out. The reason why is I think that Vulcan can like flash follow and Q him, and then he dies either way. I guess he would have been in range for Loki if he flashed back though. But I still think he gets like full Ezreal comboed. I just think that C9 overkilled Zyra. Yeah, C9 definitely overkilled Zyra. I think Ezreal damage was enough. Loki should have held ult. And if that's the case, then you can at least R get out and then try and make it a 1-for-1 where you actually just trade junglers. That's fine. At this point, C9, they're farming a wave. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. They overkilled someone. It's going to happen. It feels like the map states, like when we return, are always just so good. And I really like how FlyQuest just looked to proactively make plays with these TPs. Yeah. Really like the W from Masu, by the way. It's small, but he can get pinched here. Yeah. And again, like the numbers advantage here, if we're going to initiate from FlyQuest, like look at this. Masu's fast-tracked. Busio's there first. Inspired's here first. Like, Quad's here first. They're all here first. And Whippo wins the play on his own. And we're overloading with 6 grubs still. And bot wave's good. So like, this is just like a max. It's a max win from FlyQuest, given like where the map's at. So, good play. Really good play. I couldn't see the whole map setup going into it just because of the replay, but this map state's really, really, really good for FlyQuest. It is a max win. No, I don't. I mean, Mountain Drake doesn't feel great to sack, but it doesn't matter. I think Cassio, like, sincerely outscales all. If you can function as Cassio in a game, she's way too fucking strong. Yeah. And I do think that she gets to function for the majority of the game here. Dude, I want some APA Cassio in my life. Wonder if he still plays that champ. He was a good Cassio when he played it in Challengers. I think it's definitely harder to like execute at this level, you know, and on 0 ping. But he was a good Cassio. Huh. Hey, Quad was down gold because they had Loki solo. Quad was grouping to overload with grubs when Loki was the benefactor of being in the dead lane. Nice ult from Blabber. Really nice, actually. I like the look from Flame. This game is really hard for C9 at this point. I didn't love this draft for C9. Like, yeah, like you fall behind in poke comp, it's hard. I do respect the first pick Asante angle. I do. I think this champ's just a problem. Champ is a problem. After Vice Slam was nice? Yeah, no, it was. Gonna be doing LTAS VoD reviews also going into this weekend? Probably not. We might go over some of the games, though, the 4 teams that are in there. I watched Pain Loud, but I haven't watched a lot of it besides that. Because Pain Loud are, like... I thought they would be, like, expected top 2 seeds. Kind of like how FlyQuest and TL were expected top 2 seeds, but they aren't. So, I mean, it might be an interesting bracket stage, just given that. It's like, I know C9 and 100 Thieves, like, beat these guys. I still feel like FlyQuest are the best team that we have. Oh my god, Cassante. And they threw everything on Rel. Unlucky flush. Hmm. I don't know if FlyQuest play this. I think FlyQuest... I don't know if Blippo has to TP now. I don't think he can buy anything, so I think that's part of why. But I also think where he TPs, like... I would actually rather have him TP mid, and then they play mid wave as 4, and have the Cassio fix bot as 1. And then they transition from there. So I think that, like, they have a good pocket up here that Busio Inspired are playing in right now. And by this TP from Blippo, they lose that pocket. Yeah, they come down and hit the objective, which... Now they're in a pretty tight formation. I do think it's really easy to poke within here, by the way. Like... I guess they still pressured Sven. That probably shouldn't happen, though. Yeah, I kind of want them to play the mid wave. And then, yeah. And Blippo's no TPs, so this actually might be playable. And I think C9's right to play through bot here, so. Ooh, that feels bad, though. Masu played this really nice. Yeah, Masu played that really, really, really well. Really like Masu's fight here. That's a really nice rocket. And then that's also very nice. Oh, it's Rywise for quad? Okay, that makes things a bit harder. Oh, it's double Rywise? I don't know if they need double Rywise, actually. They don't need Pen yet, so yeah. Best player in the league individually so far this split? I don't know. I know TL hasn't looked as good, but like I just watch Impact play and I'm just like, God damn, this guy's so fucking good at the game. I think it's still been Impact. If I had to pick one. Or Quid. It's probably been Quid. Probably Quid, honorable mention, Impact. I will say that with how 100 Thieves plays, Quid has more opportunities to show off the hands. But the hands have been... The Victor game was crazy, actually. The Victor game was the best individual performance I've seen so far, for sure. That game was ballistic. Thanatos has played well, yeah. Thanatos is doing well. I think Thanatos is a good shout out. He's had a good start to the year. I do think that the numbers look really good for Thanatos. I don't know if he's been like as impactful. Because again, I think Impact's been a higher impact top laner. Why are we flashing there, mate? Oh, I guess he was trying to... Yeah, why are we flashing? What are we flashing? That was a bit of a sun. Alright, that wasn't good. Oh. It's really hard to walk in here if you're C9. By the way, the double Rylai's, I think that the Cassie would be the one to drop in that case. Well, she doesn't need Pen yet, so I think it's fine. Yeah, what? 2 mercs? Yeah, chill. Cassio, Zyra rips Baron. Jesus. This team actually rips Baron. Ooh. Tina needs to drop poke comps. I think FlyQuest need to... FlyQuest made actually a pretty big oopsie here. I think Busio... I can understand, like, you know, you don't want to burn your spells on Leona. But if we're pulling cast off like this, and we just stun Leona... I mean, Leona's at half health. This is a half health Leona if we just use our spells and protect Quad. Because Quad gets dinged up by Busio, like, trying to play up like this. So I think it's definitely unwarranted from Busio. Yeah, okay. So that's a flub. I see them topside, so that's Drake. Yeah, that's fine. Shojin for Sven. Probably another Shojin for Jace. Still think that Shojin item is really OP. I think it's being very slept on. Impact built it first item Renekton in the right scenario. That game was the right game for first item Shojin. I think it's doable on some champs that people just aren't doing it. Oh, really nice from Blippo. Whoa. What happened? It's like, things are chill here. I guess Inspire just can't fight and Quad does. What a Quad flash. Oh, Quad's flash is bad. Yeah, like, we're flashing to kill Leona. Yeah. Good flash from Loki, actually. Okay. I think the issues here for FlyQuest, like, this should be a good fight, right? They just missed Loki on the engage. Yeah, and Loki walked it out. Well played. Actually, really well played from Loki. The Blippo ult was really good. This flash from Loki is really good, though. Sven also had a nice fight, but Loki actually had a really good fight here. Really well played by Loki. I think the two things that went wrong for FlyQuest here, like, we see around terrain how they are a little bit range gated. The Quad, the Cassio ult here was tough, and then Masu having the flash up. Selfishly, I think it... Nah, you gotta flash that. It's just like the way that we're positioned right now is Fly versus C9. C9 have more range in their comp. So, like, Masu Inspired can't really do damage right now to where they're at. And everyone on C9 can. So, yeah, well played, actually. Yeah, well played. It was a good fight. And Vulcan has a really nice fight here. Whoops. Because he finds the stun on both carries. And, like, even just getting Masu like that and burning the Valk early, that's what gets the flash out here. Loki also had a really nice fight. I thought Blippo had a good fight. Like, he bought a lot of space and then got Loki back. I just think the issue was Masu Inspired couldn't auto. Just based on kind of like how Loki played that, like where Inspired was in the fight. So C9 actually were able to use the range here. Well played. Some good stuff there, actually. Uh, Goddamn. The yoink back onto the ground is kind of nasty, actually. And Vulcan just never gets in this fight. And to be fair, he can't. Like, if he goes in, he's going to get melted. I mean, this is one where C9 just weren't able to prep at all. Like, Loki's... Yeah, Loki being here and getting hit by an Iceborne Gauntlet auto and having to burn that is pretty tough. Good play by Blippo. Really good play by Blippo to recognize this. But Loki for sure is in a bad spot. Yeah. Also, I feel like Blippo's Cassante, I know it had a couple of like moments, but I actually think it's improved compared to last split. Or last year. I thought his Cassante was always like just serviceable, but was never one of the better Cassantes in the league. I think that the Cassantes we've seen out of him so far have actually been much better than what I saw from like last year. I still don't think he's the best Cassante that we have in the league. Like I think that's impact for me by a long shot. Like Thanatos, I think also and Nicorish also really good in this champion. But it's definitely been better. So I do recognize that in the tape. I want to give him a shout out for that. It feels a little bit more fluid for me. Castle hard carrying DSG. I don't know. I think the Castle is still a little Jekyll and Hyde. I think that Castle is the person that can get leads, but also isn't consistent enough at converting them yet. And if he works on that, then he will level up a lot as a player. And I know it's tough on like a team that's bottom tier or losing teams, but he's got to be a little bit better at that, especially in the long lane, right? So I can give him some grace there, but also like you watch the tape and he'll get leads and then just do really dumb shit, and that lead goes away. At least that was more so like on Immortals, but yeah. Good poke. This is well played by C9. And they're up against a Mountain Soul now, so it's hard, but... Alright, Blabber spotted, so that's rough. Goodbye. Oh no, not the ground. Oh no. Yeah. That's not great. I don't think that he stays for the ward. I think that once you spot that ward, like you're out. Also, how you take that blast cone, I would have taken it around the wall and not over. Would have bought your... I don't think that's hindsight bias. I think that you actually buy yourself a lot of space with that with the terrain. Yeah, Miasma's a really OP ability. We used to play Zach Cassio. Back when Zach had like the bounce. Where he'd like suck people back in. We played Zach Cassio and Nautilus Cassio a lot in college. It was really good. Like top Nautilus with mid Cassio was so fucking funny. Because the Nautilus would go Abyssal Mask, and then you just, like, bring people into the Miasma, and then just get one shot. Yeah, again, really like how FlyQuest is just... Like, they're holding the correct side of the map really well. Oh, my. Goodbye, bye. Really like the Q on the Loki, too. And Masu was able to space all this. Really nice from Masu. Really nice from Masu. Good understanding of his health bar. Yeah, I think the FlyQuest made a few mistakes in how they converted this one, but yeah, this game was pretty hard. And they played the Baron fight like legitimately really well. Okay. Good game. Decent VoD. Game 2. Yone first pick. All right. FlyQuest went with the Smolder Maokai response to Yone. I personally really like denying Sejuani, especially when you have like Silas Akali up, because I think that these are the good matchups. That said, I think this is more of a team choice from FlyQuest. Just Quad, the Smolder was really, really, really good. And keep in mind, this was the team where like, Ivern's permid from Inspired at Worlds, and the Smolder from Quad was like really, really good. So we have this top side versus this. I mean, this is scaling. A lot of scaling. This could be a lot stronger earlier. We have plenty of damage to end up with Jhin Alistar later on. I do think it's a nice game for Jhin. Outrange these two, and we can control them. And our team has plenty of damage. So I think the conditions for Jhin were good this game, even if we are into a really tanky top side. In theory, this can hopefully deal with the tanky top side. Then it just ends up being Rakan. I'm not going to advocate for Braum this game. The crazy pick is Tarek. But I think Rakan's fine. You can piggyback off these two. Okay. You do help Kai Lane quite a bit. Tarek does too. Okay. For me, again, I think the response when you see first pick Yone is to steal Sejuani and then play Akali Silas. I think you can beat Yone really hard with that. Also do appreciate, I think that the Galio into the Rumble is a very, very good matchup, but I do appreciate the fact that we have a Yone and like not overload on magic damage for C9. So we're kind of able to play around it. Mal the support and grab knock jungle. Oh, you can play Maokai and Alistar, actually. It's not bad. Yeah, like, what's the Thanos jungle pick this game? Honestly, I think Xin Zhao is pretty good. I think Zin's really good this game, actually. So I think that's kind of an option. Also, really like Inspired, like, this is just Maokai tech that I think that LCK and other regions abuse way more. Level 1 is Maokai. You are really, 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 really fucking strong. You can win a lot of camps based on your Q bonus damage to monsters. And your Q smite is like pretty unbeatable. It's like in a lot of matchups, especially this one. Yo, what's up, Cryo? Good to see you, man. I hope all is well. Congrats on Polestar. I'm excited for you guys. Hope OQs, or I guess you guys are already in, so you don't have to worry about OQs, but excited for OQs too. Yeah, man. You got a good team. Yeah, really like what FlyQuest do with Inspired here. Just take 2 camps from Sej and cross map, and the 2 lanes where like you do have shove early. I think that this is like really, really top tier stuff from FlyQuest. Good block from Busio. Yeah, Blabber's Omega homeless. Like, even if he finds Inspired here, he's down a red buff. And I think Inspired's fine dropping this camp if he gets his 2 reds and his up camps overall. And yeah. The fact that Blabber loses this, by the way, is not good. Because he's the one that throws out the auto. And Inspired times with that. So, that's not good. Inspired wasted or burned a little bit of time. I'm not going to say wasted. Used some time to help protect his mid there. He is down. Quad's already doing pretty well with the stacks, actually. 28's nice. Yeah, Inspired's going tank this game. And you got Smolder Kai'Sa, you don't need damage. This is where I just have issue with what FlyQuest do. Because, like, I think that where FlyQuest are at in this game is actually such a winning position. And then they just decide to fight. It's like, again, like, setting up this team, like this comp. Like, what are our win cons here? 3-item Kai'Sa. 225 Smolder. Right? And then Galio, for me, best at... I think Galio is strong for, like, a big part of the game, but I think this champ's, like, really gross at 1-2 items. So it's kind of like the bridge to get you in. But you aren't going to have damage. You have no damage in your comp until 2 items. Like, Loki and Blabber get kind of fucking played here. Yeah, like, we get Yone Flash and ult. And then it's just like, okay, we can fight. Oh, Rumble does damage and no one else does. And Vulcan as a thickie. But again, like, why are we taking this fight as FlyQuest? Like, what? From here, and these conditions, it's so good for FlyQuest if you just neutralize map. And again, like, you do have Alistar walking up. So I think maybe, like, if anything, we could have been more proactive about killing the control ward if, like, we really want it. It's like, I mean, for me, like, Blippo is making the right call by walking away. Because I don't want to take this fight as FlyQuest. I just want to neutralize and burn time. And then just go on Aftershock Sejuani with a flash up. Yeah. And again, like, Rumble is going to own the fight at this point. You just don't have damage. Yeah. Well played. Good fight from Vulcan and C9. Like, I don't want to take away from them. I thought it was really dumb that FlyQuest took that fight with the comp they have. There's just no reason to... like, again, it's 2-item win con. 3-item win con. 3-item Kai'Sa, 225 Smolder. If we get there and the game's close, then we win. So forcing here is just not the right call. And I think you're really playing into the C9 win con. The fact they had Yone ult out, like, that's already really winning given, like, where the game is. Like, Maokai is ahead. You just don't need to force like that. Now Yone is like 301 and can kind of ruin the game. Because the Yone ruins Galio in side lane. Like, what FlyQuest want to do in this comp is, like, they really want to, I think, 4-1 or play as 4. You don't want to play the 1-3-1 into the Yone Rumble. Actually, Rumble Rush Mercs in this? Interesting. Haven't seen that. It's still magic damage topside, but... And Kai'Sa magic damage. Just surprised. Yeah, FlyQuest made this game really hard for them. I mean, first 6 minutes of this game were like, I think if FlyQuest don't take that fight, and, like, they're in a super winning scenario. All right. It's a very ambitious TP from Blippo, because, like, we sacked 6 scrubs with this. Revamp his redeems. Here we are, 2K25, and we haven't even have Shamrock Malphite from Hex chest to soften the blow. But wait, Cubby picking it. I'm not a big fan of Smolder either. I thought Quad Smolder is actually good, like, really good. Like, again, for me with this, we're just straight up sacking 6 scrubs, which we probably have to do as FlyQuest. Like, another fight there would be really bad, but you are allowing for 6 scrubs and then for them to overload instantly, and you're not far ahead enough on the play. Don't feel like it's strong enough anymore. That's somewhat warranted. I think that the Triforce Miramana build was a big deal for like the strength of this champion. I still think that you can get your farm in 20 minutes. Like, you can get 225 in 21 minutes, and it's chill. Yeah, feet secured. It's a Battle Piggy, Sejuani, which we like. I really felt like Quad was one of the better smolders I saw. So, I mean, I'm not going to put him up there at Chovy level, but if I have to pick smolders that like I have in my team, Quad is up there for like someone that I want piloting the champ, I will say. Okay. So, I'm not exactly sure why C9 opted in this one either. So I think Rumble, like the TP-less Rumble for me is the issue. Because we're opting into a 5v4. So again, like what I do kind of like about this from FlyQuest is that they're trying to overload and be proactive about it to beat the 6 scrubs. Because they do lose 6 scrubs in the push. Like, we're down TPs right now with C9, so we can't respond to a play like this. But I think that if C9 just commits to playing out bot lane and threatens the inner, they match outers and then force FlyQuest to reset, and they get tempo afterwards, if that makes sense, right? So, like, Loki's walking top. If Loki walks bot, he's here. We can play this side of the map and just split it. And it's 3 plates to 4 plates. We're going to be a little bit behind on the play. But FlyQuest doesn't have TPs to respond either. So, like, we just opt into a split map, and then we win out on the grubs. I mean, you can even send his ass, like, send Loki's ass mid, and then send Sven bot, by the way. And then just 6 grubs, right? He is at a fat spike on Bork, but, like, we have items completed. It's a 5v4. And for me, Rumble is just incredibly valuable at this point of the game, and he's not there. Like, a fight without Equalizer, even against... I know Galio gives the AoE magic damage shield. Do not care. It's Rumble in the fight. Rumble is so good. Yeah, like, Vulcan going in there. I don't know. It feels like C9, like... They play to the beat of FlyQuest drum. When you are 6 grubs with this comp, you should be dictating the pace of the game. They kind of fell for FlyQuest, like, playing like this, you know? Like, I don't think that as C9, we need to opt into this fight. I know that that's counterintuitive to, like, what I said with the comps. Like, they should be able to fight now, but keep in mind, you're fighting with a numbers disadvantage and with one of your more valuable members being out at the moment. And the items were not terrible for FlyQuest there, even with the Borkyone. Just take the Borkyone, like, throw him mid, shift Sven bot, play those 2 lanes hard, then you get free Drake. And, I mean, they did beat him out of the play. Like, obviously, there was a fight, right? But with 6 grubs, you're going to beat him out of the play. You're going to force FlyQuest to respond eventually. Yeah, exactly, but it's TP-less bots. So, like, for me, that kind of forced you to play the split map on the other side. I think the biggest downside for this is that Bwipo is really starving himself out for these plays. I mean, you are going to be Galio no matter what, right? Oh, actually, no, he's not. He's fine. He's getting starved for this. I guess just because we got waves in deep, it's fine. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's chill. Never mind. Just kind of assumed that Bwipo was going to get starved. This is always showed. All right, so we're seesawing and giving Smolder the safe lane. Nice. Good Smolder tech. Sorry, I lost. Good find on the Loki. I assume they get him. Yeah. I Loki, like, Yone is his most played champ in solo queue for, like, the last few seasons. I thought, like, the couple tapes that I saw of him in LCK Challengers where he got this champ, I thought he played it really well. I don't know if it's a comp thing or just, like, it hasn't been as good as I was hoping in LTA so far. I don't know why. I do want to credit FlyQuest. I think they actually have done a really nice job of playing their way back into this game. That said, they did allow for Rumble to just get fucking ginormous. And Rumble's actually at this fight now, so. Inspired. Ooh. Inspired can get out of this. Yeah, I think the W kind of cucked him. Like, if he flashes over that wall, it's a maybe. At least his team can defend. Do you think that Battle Piggy has a lot of value this game? Ooh. Okay, that's bad. Do you think Battle Piggy has some value this game? I mean, if Bwipo does this the opposite way, or like any way but in, it's good. We miss Kiana Rumble. Kiana Rumble, Braum. Don't forget. Yeah, I mean, again, like... We're going to go back in time. Let's see if we were able to spot them dropping this ward. We did. This ward is spotted. I don't think it's pinged out, though. There's no logo on it. Yeah. We didn't ping this ward. This ward could have been spotted. Small things sometimes. It's dropped. That ward was dropped on another ward. It wasn't pinged. And we got lost in the sauce. This is spotted. This is spottable, right? Hold on. Ooh, I think it's hidden. I actually think it's... Okay, never mind. I think it's hidden. Because then the other word came in next. Okay, never mind. Nice word from Vulcan. Bad word on... Bad word here. I think that this word needs to be on the other side of the tree in order to spot this. Ah. Nice. That matters, actually. Like, it leads to this. And we're 2 minutes to everything. So for me, too, like, I think Inspired can hit his wraps here. I'm going to be honest. That might be a little bit greedy of me. Everyone's on this wave. That is greedy of me. Never mind. But I think wraps give him 11, which is why I wanted to do wraps. Yeah, I think he can do wraps and exit mid, and because he is on the wrong side of the map compared to like where the rest of his team is, and where Galio just TP'd. I know I'm taking a longer look at this than most, but I think it's like I actually think the game is pretty winnable for FlyQuest right now, if it was not for like this set of plays, despite the Grub fight, which is like really poor. First Grub fight. Yeah, then Bwipo has a oopsie. I do appreciate the idea. I do. I think it's actually a good idea. It's just he eased the wrong way. So let's see what happened to Busio. Oh, we got Vulcan. Hey, Busio kind of fucked that one up too. All right. Six Grub Rift equals turret. Quad's only at 181 too, so he slowed down a little bit. That's a big deal. Wait. Okay. Didn't know Blip was ult here. I think Blippo should hold ult and go for Busio. Like, this could have been calm better. Yeah, because like this combo, like that's a guaranteed Galio ult land. If it's on top of Rakan. And I mean it's a little hindsight, like Loki would have played this different, right? But yeah, I think it needs to be on Busio. Like if it's on Busio here, this fight's much better. Because now we are split. Nice from Vulcan. Vulcan's had a really nice game, actually. Vulcan's had a nice game. They got Otacon, too. I mean, again, they just don't have enough damage. Like, Masu got schmelted here. I don't get what got Masu, by the way. Is it red buff plus collector? No, but he doesn't have red yet. Yeah, Thanatos play the fight well. His ult's really good to keep squad from getting in. What killed him? What kills Masu? Is it a Q? Oh, it was. Ah, there it is. Okay, it was a Q. Sorry, I couldn't see it. Nice fight. I think that if Blippo does R Busio, the fight's instantly better for FlyQuest because they actually have like the big entrance. But I still don't think that we have enough damage as FlyQuest. Yeah. 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 FlyQuest are just weaker. So like, I mean, the fight for me is like pretty even. In the sense that, like, I mean, like FlyQuest need to do something extraordinary, I think, at this item breakpoint to win the fight, and they just didn't, right? I think C9 didn't really do anything special outside of Thanatos had a really nice ult. Thanatos had a really nice fight, and keep in mind the Rumble's the one that, like, was the main benefactor of FlyQuest proactively rotating throughout the game. Yeah, Thanatos had a really nice fight. Rumble pick ended up being very good this game. Battle Piggy. Oh, man. Masu got sniped. Nice ult from Loki. And Smolder's at 225, but Smolder's not getting through much. This was an oops, for sure. Cubby watched as an analyst, can't even see a Q bounce. Facts. C9 definitely overplayed their hand here. Like, it is Otacon, but oh, wait. He waited that out and got the shutdown. That's nice. Yeah, good presence of mind here from... Yeah, that's really good, actually. Rummel last split. Yeah, his Rummel's been good. Maybe it was a super buff up in offseason. Sometimes you see that with some players, like, just level up. I felt that way, like, I feel that way with Blipless Kasance. I think it's much better this split so far. Big deny. Yeah, just late. Good ult from Blippo this time. Nice ult from Loki to buffer, actually. Okay, Masu played that really well. Yeah. Masu actually did play this really well. Inspired Godtown, Mr. President quad. Nice. Pretty easy fight for Sven, too. Coordination with team. Wonder if more months of English help. I agree. Like, I didn't know if... Like, sometimes, like, he would play a lane that I didn't think he should. And I didn't know if it was, like, on him as a player or him as, like, the communication-wise, you know? Definitely felt that way. Oh, good try. Nice GG, though. Close. Yeah. All right, good game. This was, I mean, this was a fun series, right? Game 3. Ash Vern. I was actually really surprised that FlyQuest lost this game based on the draft. Because I saw this draft and I was like, okay, this looks pretty comfortable for FlyQuest. But I will say Ziggs value went really hard this game. I think that we ignored Ziggs and the value of Ziggs a little bit. Anyway, obviously a lot of bans with Fearless. We are in game 3. Ash first pick, always good. The Ziggs, though, being the response with Wukong. Nice. Wukong gives you a tank bust. Tank bust ability. Go Vern Nautilus. Not bad. I guess a little bit surprised that we banned Amumu. Just because I think support Amumu is like the fakest pick on the planet. I'm fine with an R ban. These bans are good. And these bans are also good. I just think supporting Amumu is like, there's nothing faker. That pick is just so fucking terrible. Then, I mean, Victor, like, you are playing a lot of immobiles in the Bard. So I think this is risky. Like, frankly, I think, like, if we're gonna hindsight Harry this one, I think that this should be Ahri. Because then we, like, that's a good matchup in the Talia. We have ways to, like, actually play around Ziggs and then play around this. And we don't need more DPS damage. I think that there's some value in Ahri here. Obviously, like, pairing Vern with DPSers is really nice. But for me, this is probably I think Ahri just plays better than the rest of the team. Like, in isolation, Victor is a good matchup for Talia, but we have to find a way to get around, like, there's a lot of terrain control here. And I think that Ahri navigates that just 10 times better than Victor, right? And I can't advocate for Silas. I would also advocate for Silas here. I like Silas Vern a lot, but yeah. Yeah, Victor does feel okay into Wukong, but, I mean, you're still Ahri. I don't know. And obviously, Camille. So a lot of ways to attack. Good combos here for C9. They need to make sure that like the starts of their fight are big, because they don't have the DPS that FlyQuest will have, even if the Camille kind of makes up for that, or can help make up for that a little bit. Nothing too interesting here. Ooh, conditioning for Blippo. Respect. Conditioning. Yes. I really like greeting conditioning whenever you can, by the way. I think this point's just really fucking broken. And second win is second win, but I think this point's really broken. It'd be slept on. What does Ivern get from this point? I actually don't know. I don't know. No. By the way, some fun tech and solo queue. If you like Wukong, I actually like going green tree on Wukong, because he abuses the fuck out of conditioning overgrowth. I think lane swap's really good for FlyQuest in this scenario. Starve Camille versus Starve Urgot. What's more valuable? And who's better in the swap? It's Urgot. Every day of the week. Well played. Camille seeing some play. I mean, that champion's kit's gross. Like that kit is gross. It is a good matchup into Garen, so I think that's why we saw it played there. Oh, that's big. He's able to live. I like this play from FlyQuest. I think that they're trying to get Sven in tower range. I actually thought he was in tower range here. He just didn't take any shots. That creep didn't die. I'm telling you, if this creep died, Sven's dead. Like, if he takes one tower shot, he's dead, right? So I actually don't mind this play from FlyQuest just based on that. I do think he's dead with that. Yeah. If that creep went down and Sven takes tower shot, like that's a huge win for FlyQuest, right? But no lead offline swap, which is a bit of a bummer. Because Camille is very, very strong if you get going. Masu took TP this game? Interesting. Okay. I mean, can't cleanse too much. Being honest. Notice how I looked at cleanse first and not barrier. Yeah. Bummer. This is one where I think the Boostio should flash. Yeah, like if we flash auto and then Q. Like Vern's not really in yet. But keep in mind, Sven's flashless. So like just getting the autos down from Ashe there and like flashing early, it might be the play. All right, trade. Still grubs for the Vern, but get grubs. It's fine. Yeah, waves in. Get the help. Danito's doing well, though. The fact that like he's at this item break point is actually really good for him. Because the Ruby Crystal matters a lot early in this matchup. I don't know my Urgot matchups too well. I do know that like the Ruby helps you avoid the all-in range a lot. And yeah. I don't think that Blippo expected Blabber to be here. Yeah, mean, he's just dead. That's not a great look. Like, this wave's coming back to him, and his jungler is not on this side of the map, so... I think if he connects with it, like, there's maybe a chance for combo, but more risky. Well, that's unfortunate. Masu is not going Shiv. Let's go. Oh my god. This guy just got fucking eaten. I mean, the Nautilus did nothing. Yeah. That feels bad. I don't know what we're going for here, though, as Busio. I don't know if he saw... I don't think he sees Wukong. Maybe Inspire can throw Daisy out, like, closer to him? I don't know. Nah, it doesn't really matter. Like, he threw it out, like, towards his retreat. Maybe Daisy gets another auto in, but... Yeah, I don't think that Busio saw Blabber. Nice trap from C9. And again, like, this is a fight where, like, I look at the champs, and you just don't want to fight his FlyQuest with the Victor Ashe, like, at this point, you know? Like, you need some time. The fact that Quad is a kill, like, already has E-Evolve, means that you can, like, really play off waves with him. But you're just not strong enough to fight right now. And he also doesn't have R yet, so good timer from C9 to punish, but I just don't think that, like, FlyQuest should be taking this stuff. Like, what are we fighting for over? And, like, what's good for us in this comp if we fight? It's just not good if we fight. So, yeah, good punish by C9. Bar pick 1 C9 the game. Yeah, no, Bar was a good pick. I didn't like the Victor this game. I thought it should have been an Ahri, just to have more ways to play around, like the Talia Ziggs, Kong. And actually, like, have more ways to make plays early. Don't know how much Quad's been playing Ahri of late. I really like this Ahri in NACL. I think his Ahri's, yeah, his Ahri's good. So it's been. All right, Grub split. No Drake yet. Also gets to play it. He's got Kraken, so yeah. And I think it needs to be like 2 items for FlyQuest, and then good conditions on fights. Because the Talia Ziggs does a lot of fucking damage. Didn't get the Drake. We get it from C9. Let me look at this again. I guess Bwipo's TP-less. I mean, we're just going to ignore the fact, Yanya, that TL was the one that pioneered the swap meta the most last year out of all the teams globally. So, you know, that's fine. Or, you know, FlyQuest bringing their own flare actually took Genji to 5. That's fine, you know. I would very much beg to differ on that. I think every VoD review I had about Worlds, like with FlyQuest and TL, they were playing 3 lanes from level 1 with the swap, and that's the way to do it. And the LPL and LCK teams that were like in the Eastern bubble that were doing the split map and handshakes were actually losing because they weren't willing to 3-lane at level 1. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, also just like Nautilus this season for me is just doesn't do shit. I'm very out on Nautilus. I'm usually a Nautilus hater. I'm extremely out on him this year. It doesn't help that we miss. But like, there have been multiple fights where like Nautilus just in it and just kind of dies. I think part of it is definitely the I think it's not the easiest game for Nautilus to run through a Talia Ziggs, but I mean we're not even there at that point. It's not cheese if you actually win games off it. It's part of the game. It's all part of the game. Goddamn. Where is? Oh, Bupo doesn't have R up. Okay. Yeah, what happened? Just a map collapse. I guess Busio is just on the wrong side. But Rift is spawning, so that's the next objective. So I think we're trying to play hard for bot and reset and go to Rift if you're FlyQuest perspective, but Busio and Inspired are split here. I refuse to view lane swaps as cheese. I think it's all part of the game. You can do anything that you want to get an extra 1%. It's all part of the game. And if you're going to play this level, you got to be ready to play against anything. I very much disagree with that sentiment. Our level 1's not a real strat. Like, is Nunu not a real strat, you know? It's all part of the game. If you can win it with Teemo, go win with Teemo. I mean, it worked, man. Doran didn't know what the fuck that champion did, so that's a win. All part of the game. If you don't view the game that way, that's not respecting the game. Even old lane swaps though like that, there was actually tech to it. Like, back in Season 8, KT was playing a lot of Ziggs comps with Deft, and they were taking towers so fast that T1 actually found a way to, like, turtle around their Tier 2 that would be knocked down. Like, we're talking, like, 4 turrets by 15 minutes with Ziggs and like, Deft KT. And T1 actually found a way to turtle that and win. So, like, even in that, like, scenario, like, there's still a way to, like, find, like, strats and counter strats, right? Against something that's, like, really, really blatantly strong back then. It does work consistently. I think that lane swaps very consistently do work if you can get XP advantages and allocate your resources in the right places. All right. Cool. Well. Oh, feels like the Wukong getting this far ahead this early. I also want to say I do really like the fact that we have more Wukongs building Triforce. I didn't like this from Blabber. I refuse to believe that Sunder Sky is the right first item on Wukong. I think that it needs to be like Triforce or Shojin. Blabber being this far ahead and just like punishing, like again, the Nautilus Vern do not do damage. You need damage from Urgot's behind. Victor's Victor's meh. Like Victor needs time, and then Ashe, right? I think that C9 has done a nice job. They have a lot of tools to force early. I think they've done a nice job of forcing early, and FlyQuest have definitely made some mistakes in terms of how they rotated. I mean, if you're C9, like, you're looking like, hey, we want to force a lot. And I feel like they have been able to successfully force a lot, which is good. Three Drakes, Quad Drake roll. Nice. Quad Drake finally getting some respect. Actually, that shit got fucking nerfed. So much respect Quad Drake got. No one talked about it. Alright, it's still gotta be like... Oh, Utah second on Ashe? Okay. Interesting. I mean, Kraken does matter a lot for Ashe DPS. Just building scaling item second. Okay. Visage second from Bwipo's interesting. I don't think it's necessarily... It's bad for lane. Surprised it wasn't a Sterax. Sheesh. Nice wall. Actually, really nice wall. I get really fucked Busio. Busio has to hook out here. I don't know if he had it or not. Really nice wall. Really nice Bartle ult. Yep, I mean... Yeah, really well played by Vulcan. That's what we talked about in the draft. Playing Bard in the Vern, Victor, Ashe feels really good. You have a lot of control over the terrain with Ziggs, Bard, Talia, and then Camille too over the top. Like, it really feels like FlyQuest are just stuck in a net. Like, they're playing, like, it's like they're playing on miasma in this game. They can't move against what C9 has. That's why I wanted Ahri. I feel like they had more opportunity to threaten angles against two mages that you want to attack in Talia and Ziggs. Why didn't they flash the Bartle? That's a great question. Yeah, they needed to. Yeah, good question. That's a wake-up call for sure. I think Bwipo going in there, like, he has to. Once they get hit, he's got to do his best to buy space. But yeah, that's tough. Really nice wall, though, from Loki. I actually really like that wall from Loki. That's a pretty creative angle, and that really put FlyQuest in a tough spot. Nice. Good cleanup. I think they lose this, if memory serves correct. Which I respect FlyQuest for ripping it. It actually got FlyQuest a pretty winning scenario when, like, by going for the quad chase. And I do think that C9's being disrespectful here. With, like, where Blabber... Like, Thanatos and Blabber walking through this when you got your damage dealers fixing the mid-wave is pretty disrespectful. So definitely a mistake from C9 here. I think the right play for C9... they should have fixed this. Should have fixed this and drew a line like here. I think this is your line. Like you can't cross into this. That's crazy. It's a little ballistic. They had a word behind them, so I guess they have some vision. But like that's more reason to draw your line. Yeah, and like the quad chase loses them Otacon. So a bit of an oops. I don't hate it from Loki. I don't hate it from Loki. I actually think if Loki TP's top, it's better. Because I think he's at the fight in time, and then it's like actually they have better angles, and it's a maybe. So I don't think it's like the timer is off enough, or it's like that's a bad play from Loki. Like at least they got quad, right? But it did create a kind of a rough scenario. Like they have to drop another member, and Otacon's off, right? But C9 just loves cats. Ooh. Or get ulted the clone. That actually hurts. This is late from Whippo. Because it's a Ash Arrow. Even then, though, I think it's Treads. Yeah, okay. That's kind of hard. Still, the bad fight from Blippo, for sure. Like, he got no value out of any of his abilities there. And lost his health bar. And the threat of Thanatos is enough. Down. Well played, C9. Again, like, this is why I feel like FlyQuest, like, the comp that they picked with all the immobile people they have and, like, Nautilus, they eat shit. They don't have any ways to, like, form an angle. You can get picks with Ashnot, Vern, yeah, but, like, you're so immobile against this comp. It's really punishing. I really feel like Ari would have helped a lot. Because you just have ways to, like, actually threaten and attack the backline. Like, there is just no fucking way you're threatening Talia Ziggs right now. I definitely think the Nautilus was like, it's game 3 fearless. We play not, you know? But Ashnot itself is not a bad combo with Vern either. But yes, Nautilus is very weak this season. Yeah, Nautilus has not been played well. Busio did not have a good game. Busio did get played by Vulcan this game. Vulcan had a nice series, actually. Vulcan had a really nice series. I think he should. It's deserved. Actually, not terrible. Like, look at Quad Masu here. Walking through the choke against Ziggs, really well played by Sven. Yeah, it's just impossible to get through. Yeah. All right, we'll put C9. All right, guys, that's it for this VoD review. Congrats, C921, booking their trip to Brazil. We'll do the tiebreaker next on the stream, but that's going to be a different VoD. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Follow me everywhere.